Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get everyone uh, in from the waiting room. So we'll just give it just a few more minutes just to get everybody signed in. Okay, I think we got everybody. Just to let you know, this webinar is being recorded today. And we also do not allow AI tools. So we ask you not to use note takers. If we do see a note taker, we will ask you to please remove it. So please just respect our decision to safeguard our information. So thank you for joining the monitoring in ePlan. So as you know, we've always done our monitoring on paper. So this year we are moving to an electronic version of ePlan monitoring. So it will be housed in the ePlan system. And so we're going to be reviewing that today. We're also going to give you some instructions on how to access it in ePlan and then answer any questions that you might have. So we'll start with a brief overview. Why do we monitor? So we monitor to ensure that we are using federal funds appropriately, to document that funds are spent effectively to accomplish your purpose of your grant, to ensure funds are used in accordance with the term of the grant award, to document your performance goals and how you have achieved those, and to review needs to better inform technical assistance. The Tennessee Department of Education will provide technical assistance to grantees as well as oversee and monitor the implementation of federal and state grants. So what's the process? So if you are here, then you're selected. And so the first step is we identify and communicate to those that we will be monitoring each year. We currently use a risk-based analysis that looks at a lot of different indicators and you score a certain point. The higher your score is, the more at risk you are. So that's how we determine who we're monitoring. The department notifies the Extended Learning Grant Director via email and schedules a visit. Step 2 is we provide technical assistance, which is what this webinar is. And then we're also available if you have any questions or concerns throughout your monitoring process. We also have an ePlan technical guide that you can find on monitoring on ePlan, and we'll send out that link as well. Step 3 is you will complete and submit your extended learning grant monitoring instrument. So what that will look like is each section will have uploads and you will be required to upload those documents. If the upload does not apply, please upload a blank sheet saying indicator does not apply. Make sure that you don't put any personal information in your uploads for students or staff. Documents must be clearly labeled, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And all grantees identified for monitoring must complete the instrument and fully submit within 2 weeks of their scheduled monitoring visit. Step 4, once you have uploaded your documents, your monitor will review those documents prior to the site visit. If necessary, we'll reach out if we need any further clarity or additional information. Step 5 will be an on-site visit. We will observe your sites. We will look at additional documentation, look at your bulletin board, things like that. And then we'll also be meeting with the project director. Step 6, follow-up and technical assistance. Your monitor will make contact to schedule a monitoring exit call. And this call will cover a summary of the practices, recommendations, and any technical assistance needs. If necessary, a compliance action plan will also be developed. The monitoring exit call will be scheduled within 3 weeks of the on-site visit. For areas of concern, such as findings of non-compliance, grantees may be required to upload additional documentation. So ePlan instrument, it's in ePlan, and this is how you will access it. Users with the 21st Century Leaps Directory role will automatically be assigned LEA Extended Learning Monitoring Director role. So there's nothing else you need to do if you are already assigned the role of Leaps Director. The Director of Schools, CBO, must have the LEA Authorized Representative role to finalize and submit the monitoring instrument. Most of you are aware, you use ePlan, you do your reimbursements, your budget, so you know the process and the workflow of how it has to work. With this particular workflow, it will be the LEA Extended Learning Monitoring Director approved, and then it'll go to your authorized representative. It does not go to fiscal. New ePlan users, if you have not signed up before with ePlan, you can access the user access form with this link, but also those who are charter schools, Artina will be adding you, so you do not have to do this step. So navigating to the Extended Learning Grant Monitoring Instrument. Once you're in ePlan, you'll navigate to the Extended Learning Instrument by logging in and then selecting Monitoring and then Monitoring Instruments from the left menu option. On the Monitoring Instrument page, you'll select the current fiscal year, 2026, and then Extended Learning. You will begin work on the Extended Learning Instrument by changing the status from Not Started to Draft Started. Users with Extended Learning Monitoring Director and LEA Authorized Representative roles can make this change by clicking Draft Started, then Confirm. The next process is you will go through each section and you will upload the required documents. When uploading the required documents, please save and name the upload with the following format. Example, for Indicator 7, Employee Handbook. If you are a grantee who has both 21st Century and LEAPS grant, you will be monitored for both. This will require you to upload a document for each funding source unless the document is the same for both programs. So in this example, you upload your employee handbook for 21st Century and for LEAPS. However, if you use the same employee handbook for both programs, you can just upload one employee handbook and simply name it Indicator 7, 21st and LEAPS Employee Handbook. So now we're going to look at the actual tool. So if someone will just let Mario, can you say my ePlan?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, so this is a test site, but this is what you will see when you sign on to ePlan. So you can see I've signed in as Bethlehem Center, and I am going to go to monitoring. And then I will go to monitoring instruments. The year is selected, 2026, and then you'll see extended learning. So I have already clicked draft started because I wanted to show you how you can upload things. So here are the sections: programming, staffing and professional development, reporting and evaluation, and fiscal management. So you will go to programming. And you will see the required uploads. So they're all labeled. The numbers correspond with the indicator on the monitoring instrument. So you can see here, number 1 is your written student selection criteria. So you would go to upload new. You would confirm. and then you'll select your file from your computer or your hard drive or zip drive, whatever you use it on, and then you're going to name it. So here is where your file is named correctly, and then you're putting the document name. So you're following the format in the PowerPoint. Just as a side note, one thing that I would recommend as you're doing this process is make a dedicated folder on your laptop or computer or on your zip drive that says 21st century monitoring documents, and then save them all on there. So you can go back if you're chosen next year to be monitored, then you'll probably have most of the documents. I would recommend saving the scanned document to your laptop. And it doesn't have to be scanned if it's a Word document or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you, you can upload more than one document. So here is the example given in the PowerPoint, Employee Handbook. And you can see here, I'm a program that has 21st century and LEAP, so I'm going to be monitored for both. So I have uploaded Indicator 7, my 21st Employee Handbook, and then I've uploaded Indicator 7, my LEAP's Employee Handbook. So that's an example of what it will look like once you upload it, and you'll do that for each one of these numbers. Now, I know it looks a little overwhelming at first, but just hang in there. I think once we get going, it's not going to be that overwhelming for you. It's things that you would have had in your binder, so you should already have these collected and put into your binders, and you'll just be pulling them out of your binders and scanning them, or you can upload them directly from your computer. Okay, so the next section is going to be staffing and professional development. And so you can see for this one, there's not as many uploads as the first section, programming. So same thing, you'll be uploading the documents required. And then just at the bottom as a reference on each of the sections, it tells you the indicator and what that indicator is from. Is it from the school board education, or is it from TDOE? Is it from ESSA? So it will tell you why we're looking at that indicator. And then it'll also show you what the supporting evidence is. So for example, number 23, it says all staff have undergone a thorough screening and background check. So what we're looking for is a list of staff, contractors, and volunteers who have passed background checks, including dates for all centers. So then you will go up here in 23, it's asking you to upload that. So this is just for your reference in case you wanted to see what the indicators are that we're looking at for this section. Okay, the next section is reporting and evaluation. And so in this section, you only have 2 uploads. So one of them is you're uploading your report 102 from ELAP from the previous month, and then you're uploading samples of your sign in and out sheets for your students. And then you can see the indicators below. Some of them do not have uploads. So for this one, we would be looking at something on site, or we would be looking at something we have access to. So just note that there's not always a document for every indicator. Fiscal management is the last section. And so you have 7 uploads for this. So for example, number 42, you're going to be uploading your sustainability plan. Then you can go down here on the bottom and see what the indicator is that goes with that number. And it's the grantee has a sustainability plan in place that discusses how the extended learning program will continue after funding ends. And it's an ESSA statute. So that's why we're having to do that. And you can see what we're looking for, a written sustainability plan. So this is what you will be required to do 2 weeks prior to our visit, is upload the documents. once you have uploaded all your documents and you're complete, then you will hit Extended Learning Director Draft Completed. Now, just because you do this does not mean that the tool gets sent to TDOE. You need to make sure that whoever is serving as your authorized representative, that they also go in and click complete so that it will be get sent to us at TDOE. Okay, so now we're going to stop and answer some questions or any concerns. So just take yourself off mute. Feel free to take yourself off mute if you have a question.
Yeah, so as you were just stating in regards to, and good afternoon, I'm so sorry, just jumping into the question, but
That's fine.
just what you just said lastly about we have to click submit and then our authorizer would be technically our principal or whoever's heading to the school. But once those two submissions have been complete, is there going to be like a notification that gets sent back to us and saying, hey, we've completed this form? Or are we just going to wait if anything does flag on us? I just want to be sure that we're being precautious and making sure that everything's submitted on time.
Okay. You should receive an automatic reply from ePlan that'll say status has been changed. So you should receive that, but you will not receive that email from me or my office. Then your monitor will review those documents, and if they have further questions, then they'll reach out to you individually by email and ask for supporting documentation.
Yeah, unless Ingrid's at a charter as a FYI for you.
Okay. I think we have the charters set up separate, so they should still receive. Wouldn't that be correct, Artina? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are there any other questions?
Nisa, I have two questions.
Okay.
One, is there a time limit? Can we go ahead and start the draft and start uploading? Or does it have to be done within a certain time frame of clicking draft started
No.
to
That's a
completing?
great question. There is no time frame, and you can go ahead and get started. Even if your site visit isn't till spring, if you want to go ahead and get ahead and start on the tool, you're more than welcome. But just note, will not look at the documents until about 2 weeks. Sometime between, you have to submit it 2 weeks prior to our visit, and then we'll look at it sometime before we get there. So if your visit is April 15th, then do it 2 weeks prior to that, and then just know we'll look at it prior to coming to your site, but it will not be until closer to time.
Right. And then that leads right into my second question is, when will we be notified of when our review date is, and who will that come from?
Okay. That is, we're working on that right now, finalizing our schedule. And so hopefully by the end of next week, you'll receive an email, and that will come from your monitor who has been selected to monitor your site.
Thank you.
Put a question in the chat. I could see my extended learning tool in ePlan, but like when I hover over the draft started, it says there are not any users with the road to complete. Now, I'm the LEAPS director. Is it too early, or should my name not be showing there at this point?
Let me check with the ePlan team to see if they have assigned that role.
Okay, it
And
says
if
I would
not,
give-
you'll have the role assigned by the end of the day, so you should be able to go in there first thing in the morning and make edits.
Gotcha. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was it, and I thought we were grandfathered in if we were LEAPS director, but
Right.
I wasn't sure if, I thought maybe it might happen after today. I wasn't sure. I thought I better ask. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for bringing it up.
I've got a question about consultation with private schools. I'm in Marshall County. We have a small private school in one of the communities of our county, but not in the town that we have 21st century. So do I consult with them? They're in the community that has the LEAP grant. And I noticed on the monitoring tool that only 21st century has to consult with.
Right, that's right. I believe it has to be within a certain radius of your zoning for your those schools. But I will get with our specialist, Michelle, that oversees the equitable services, and I'll get back with you.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If we
Any
have
other questions?
if we have multiple sites, will all sites get visited during the monitoring, or will it be a percentage of how many we have?
We usually select a few sites. It might be one site, it could be more, just depending on if we bring a team or if it's just one monitor. We will let you know ahead of time what site to upload your documents for, if it's specific site things. So if you have, say, like Boys and Girls Club has 30 something sites, we don't want them to upload 30 different written student selection criteria. So we will let you know as far as your uploads, what to upload for that. But we usually don't let you know until we get there what sites we're going to visit. And as far as your at-risk scores, that is something that your monitor can go over with you. So we can share that.
And well, sometimes, so some of the information that we get when doing the at-risk evaluation isn't made public yet and is still considered confidential. But once that is cleared, then yes, we could possibly give you a copy of your at-risk evaluation. But right now, we haven't passed all the stuff that's confidential yet.
So it's okay when we're uploading things, if we upload, say, a form from one school in one spot, but we can upload a form from a different school in a different spot. Is that correct? Like when we're uploading examples?
We're going to, whoever your monitor is, when they email you, they're going to tell you what school to upload the documents for, and we would prefer you to upload them for all of that school.
Okay, thank you.
So it's consistent. But then there's some documents, that apply to everyone, apply for everyone. Usually, say your travel policy for your staff, that's going to be pretty uniform across your different sites. Any other questions?
Sorry, just to clarify with that last question, so we can go, that's the things you said we could go ahead and start uploading were the things that are consistent, like employee manual, everything like that, and then just don't upload specifics until we hear from our monitor on which location to upload
Yes,
the
that's correct.
specifics to. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And we are recording this, so we will send this back out once it's available, so that you can use this to a recording to go back and watch anything that we discussed or to see the actual tool. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you for joining today, and we will send out the PowerPoint that we shared today. And if you have issues, please feel free to reach out and email us, and we'll be glad to try to answer your question and help you and assist you with doing this. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.